I'm Alan Giesman, White Wilson Medical Center. With United Way, we are stronger together.
I'm Lino Maldonado with Wyndham Vacation Rentals. With United Way, we are stronger together.
I'm Mark Seifert with Public Supermarkets. With United Way, we're stronger together.
I'm Ed Taylor with Gulf Power Company, and through United Way, we are all stronger together.
I was working for a dredging company in Illinois and running their shipping and receiving department. Worked for them for 12 years. Economy kind of went south and the company started having issues, particularly after the BP situation. They'd done, ironically, a lot of their work down here, and suddenly the work wasn't there for them. They weren't getting the contracts that they had been getting, so they downsized, and I was part of the downsizing. I went for 2 years without being able to find employment. We had struggled and struggled. We lost the house, lost a car. Things were beginning to get really dire, and one of my wife's friends, who was in the Air Force, said, well, if things get really bad, you've got a home in Florida. And I said, you're crazy. And she said, no, you've got a home in Florida. And so we moved down. My logic being is if I'm going to be homeless, better to be someplace warm. It was a very scary situation. Didn't know where we were going. I mean, I went for, even once we moved down here, it was a good 4 or 5 months before I actually even got a job lead down here. And so things were pretty desperate. And actually the help from the community just kind of came out of the blue. Wasn't really expecting it. We'd had a hard time finding anybody that wanted to help us up north. And so it really was like the community came together to help us. And it went very quickly from a point where we were very desperate to, wow, people really do care. So there was a lot of elation there. Then they came in with not just a house, but we can do this for your kids. You guys have been traumatized. You need this kind of help. There were educational programs to help us get financially back on our feet. And it was a program that really was a hand up. It was not a case where people were giving us a handout. Fresh Start requires that everybody that comes into the program must be employed, at least part-time, certain number of hours a week. They ask that you maintain a curfew. There are no drugs, no alcohol. All very common sense kind of things that they also start you off on classes that you're required to attend as well that will help you begin to get financially back on your feet. They help you to put away savings so that you can start toward putting down a down payment on your own apartment, and it's a good program. When you give to your community, you're not just helping others out, which is a really great thing, but you're also giving to yourself as well, whether it's just emotionally or toward the future. One never knows what's going to happen. You know, one day things can be going great, and we live in a world where all it takes is one turn to fall down. And it's really nice to know that there are people out there that care enough, that are willing to help, and to reach out to the community.